My name is David Six, manager of Baker's Dozen from Las Vegas, Nevada. And we've also got Tommy Elliott, the lead singer of Baker's Dozen. And we're clown shoes.
Awesome, man.
And Tommy also wears clown shoes.
Nice. So you guys got a pretty big show tonight, huh?
Yeah, pretty decent. Opening for Bubbleflex.
Very cool, man. Those guys are fun. What's the music scene like out there in Vegas?
Millions upon millions of tribute and cover bands.
Yep.
Really? Well, I guess, right, 'cause you got people rolling into town. I guess that's what they kind of want to hear, huh?
Yeah. So, doing the original thing, you know, you face a lot of adversity. You usually have a lot of covers sprinkled throughout your set. It's weird, man. The music scene is kind of hit or miss. There's a lot of really good bands. There's a lot of different styles of music out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's thriving.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, I guess it's a struggle with all the cover stuff, though. I mean, even out here, a lot of places, that's what they pay. They pay cover bands, you know.
Yeah.
But you guys, original music. You have a new album out called Cake and Chaos. Let's talk about that.
Sure. Right on.
So that's a full length album.
Yeah.
So you guys have a I guess a punk rock kind of thing going on. How would you describe that?
Rock and roll. Yeah. And it's purely unintentional, man. I guess like everything that you listen to comes out in what you play.
Okay.
And we definitely are fans of old school 70s punk rock, and then we like Sabbath and Motorhead and Slayer and, you know, Zeppelin and shit like that too. I don't know how we came upon the style that we do. I mean, Zach and I wrote all the songs together, pretty much sitting on my couch, drinking coffee and Mother Nature. And these songs just came about, man, and nothing was really contrived. It just came out from what we listened to and I guess our influences. And there's a punk thing to it that's kind of cool, you know. I think the rawness is cool, man. Everybody loves the Ramones, and
right,
you know, and the Clash and shit like that. We started out trying to have fun, man, and I guess that might be where the punkiness came into it.
Well, dude, you nailed it for sure, because that's the first thing I thought when I listened to it. I'm like, oh, this is really fun.
Nice. Yeah, we're definitely a live band, man. Oh yeah. I'm trying to get that off with the disc. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money for production and everything, man. So, I mean, we wanted to try to get off as much as what we sound like live on it as possible. You know?
Okay. From your little videos on your Facebook page, I mean, obviously, because it's a video, you're interacting with the camera a bit, but it is fun. I mean, the music feels fun. It definitely gives the impression like your show is gonna be great.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, sweaty. Yeah. It's kind of like trying to rob a freight train, and the freight train has no driver, and it's headed towards a track that, you know, is about to break off into an abyss. It's a lot of fun, man. You don't know where you're going, but you have a sweaty good time getting there.
Well, that's what rock and roll's about, right?
Right. Amen. Absolutely.
That's cool. So you guys say you wrote most of the songs sitting on the couch. Do you have like a particular instrument? Like, do you like kind of work it out on a guitar, piano? Do you just kind of come up with the lyrics first?
Guitar and a lot of in the head.
Okay.
Humming it. I mean, there's parts, you know, I'll sit with the guitar and I'll hum a line to Zach, and he'll just bring it out on guitar. It's, I think we kind of feed off of each other and make songs grow between us. I mean, he'll be stuck in a part, and I'll come up with something, and then vice versa. You know, I mean, it's definitely a give and take process.
You're on Pavement now. The album's out.
Yeah, we've gotten our music out to places that we never figured we'd be able to get it to.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
You know, there's that. I mean, you know, the interviews, the support we're getting from the label, and everybody that's, you know, pretty much on the label.
Yeah, there's a massive learning curve that we're learning right now.
Sure.
And it's awesome. Has a lot to do with them, and we're definitely grateful and thankful, and every day's a blessing for sure.
Very cool. Do you have any plans coming up to, travel a little bit farther out, or how far have you guys headed out as of now?
Well, at this point, I mean, I'm always reaching out to different venues across the states, trying to get something going. And there's also the label. They're working on trying to get us on a tour as well.
Cool.
So, there's a lot of work being done trying to get something just that's the right tour.
Right.
I guess you could say.
Well, Regs, you don't want to come back broke or owing money. You definitely got to get on the right tour for sure.
That's our ultimate goal, is to be on the road, because it's like I said before, if that's not your ultimate goal and you're in an original band, I don't know what your goal is then.
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
You're wasting your time. You're playing live and spreading the word. Yeah.
Right.
Having fun, meeting new people, just hanging out, doing what we do.
That's cool. Now, being that this band's, only a couple years old, I don't know how much of this you've seen, but there's a big change in how bands have to promote themselves. I don't know what your history is before this band, what you guys were playing in before, but how important is social media to your guys? And not even just social media, but just how your music gets out there through the internet. Has that changed a lot for you guys?
Yeah. It's a beast, and it's a dirty beast, but somebody's got to write it, and yeah, you write it well.
How else, the way you look at it, well, how else are we going to get our name out there?
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody does the paper flyers anymore like when they did when I was growing up, stuff like that. You got to get your music out somehow.
Right.
And honestly, you can reach more people with the social media thing than not. So we're just go for it.
The name, you guys have a fun, Baker's Dozen, that's a fun name, so it's like pretty approachable too. How'd you come up with that?
Well, that one's an interesting one. Tommy here used to be in a band called 13.
Yes, sir.
And Baker's Dozen is 13.
Right.
It's 12 of anything plus one.
Right. So the baker gets to try what he's baking.
Pretty much. So we just kind of went, well, how about Baker's Dozen? And it's stuck.
That's interesting. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, because the other guys had names like Shove and I don't know. They
Picking a band name's like one of the hardest things anyway. So
right, man.
Right. Now, where would people go to keep up with you guys and like find out what your shows are going to be, where to get your music and all that? Where's the best place to interact with you?
Well, there's a bunch. We've got the Facebook.com/BakersDozenLV/ and you've got Reverb Nation Baker's Dozen 5, like the number 5.
Okay.
You've got Baker's Instagram /BakersDozenLV, and you've got number1music.com/BakersDozen.
What was the first album each one of you guys bought with your own money?
Black Sabbath, Paranoid.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I was hoping for something embarrassing, but that's fine.
I think mine, oh God, I can remember that far ago. Mine, I believe, was Led Zeppelin 1, I think.
Oh, don't say that. That's my first. That's the first album that I actually listened to, man. But if you went out and bought that one, that's actually Robert Plant is my all-time end-all, beat-all singer, man. He's the one who influenced me the most. And then you got Jim Morrison and Bowie, but Zeppelin 1 is when I first heard that album, man, as a kid, I think I was like 10 years old, and I was washing the dishes all the time. My parents had it on a cassette. I burned that fucking album out. But
Nice.
as far as albums being bought, that I went out and bought myself, it's terrible. The fact that we got a song on the radio all over the U.S. is pretty mind-blowing and intimidating at the same time.
Oh, no. What's the name of that song?
The song is No Shame.
All right, I'm going to just give you a few to name off.
Yeah, there you go.
WMFR in Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, that's us.
Ooh.
Nice. That's out me. Yep.
Yeah.
Philly Rock Radio, KSHP in Dakota Dunes, WMBR in Cambridge, Massachusetts, WBKR in Poughkeepsie, New York. KZZK in Quincy, Illinois, and WRXQ in Joliet, Illinois. And it was just mind-blowing when I realized I'm reading 6 pages worth of radio stations.
That's awesome, man. A lot of those that you read were out my way, too. That's really cool.
Right? It's awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of those bodies. Yeah, that's why we're definitely hoping to get out there. We want to come out there.
That would be cool for sure, yeah.
This is Tommy. This is Six from Baker's Dozen. You're listening to Music Industry Magazine. Turn it up.